How's it going, everyone? Good morning and welcome back to the channel. I wanted to focus on how I was able to make about 85,000 stubs during the flash sale, and pretty cool video in the works right here. I figured I would go ahead and try to invest and make a bunch of stubs by flipping some cards during this flash sale. If you noticed, SDS released all three prospect set packs back into the store for 15,000 stubs. This took place for 30 minutes starting at 3 p.m. Pacific time. I believe there was a pack at 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., and 6 p.m. So I did not purchase the first three packs. I waited until I purchased the fourth and final pack that was available for 15 minutes. That would be this Live Series Diamond Player, and this guarantees you one Diamond Live Series item. I will be opening up this pack. I purchased it for 25,000 stubs. I actually sold my Aroldis Chapman in order to purchase this pack because I had about 297,000 stubs, as you can tell from this screenshot right here. This is during the time that they dropped the very first Prospect Set 1 pack for 15,000 stubs into the store. So Nate Pearson's price was sitting at around 50K before they dropped that pack. Then they dropped it. His price went to about 34,000, maybe even a little bit lower. I didn't necessarily take the screenshot right away, but I included this same exact screenshot in my previous video and told you all that I was going to invest in Michael Kopech and a couple players during the set 2 pack that they would release. Well, I spent about 295,000 stubs and purchased 12 Michael Kopechs when his price tanked down to about 25,000, 24,000, somewhere in this range. At this moment in time, there were so many of those orders selling that if you put one up for like 23,500, you might be able to get one, even if it was on this screen right here. Like, there are so many of them selling at once that sometimes you would get yours sold immediately. Sometimes it would say that there's already a better one up there. Just depends on what's going on. But these flash sales are really crazy for making stubs. If you take a look at the very bottom there, I bought one for 34,000. That was right before this flash sale took place. Like, I knew it was coming out. I didn't think that they would have these prospect packs in the store once again. I thought we would see more Live Series Diamonds. I thought we would see something different rather than those prospect set packs. Maybe some headliners, stuff like that. So I sold pretty much everyone that I could. But once I saw that those set packs were released, I realized I need to sell this Kopech that I just recently picked up for 34K. So I might have taken, 1,000 stub loss there. But if you notice afterward, I was buying them for, on average, about 24,500 stubs. Now, if I was able to sell those cards, the 12 cards that I purchased for, on average, 24,500 stubs, some I got for less, some I got for a little bit more. If I could sell those back for about 40K, I know that's a hefty price. If I sell those back for 40K, I'm making, after tax and it's all said and done, I'm making almost 10K back per card. So that's kind of what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to make about 6 to 7K per card to try to make that 85,000 stubs back for doing absolutely nothing. I mean, I purchased this pack right here, so regardless, I am involving some risk here. I mean, I'm putting all my stubs into one Michael Kopech. I bought a 25,000 stub pack, ended up losing stubs that way. As you can see, I sold the Clayton Kershaw for 7,000. I bought all of those Michael Kopechs. I also bought the Sixto Sanchez after selling Clayton Kershaw because I figured his price would go back up. So as you can tell there, I have made some of my stubs back already. This is a full investment in Michael Kopech. If this doesn't work out, I'm going to lose on about 20,000 stubs or more. So as this flash sale is going on, I didn't necessarily know that they were going to release this diamond pack right away. And when they did, it just killed the market completely. If you notice, Michael Kopech's price is at 26,000 and 19,000 sell now. I could have purchased all of those Michael Kopechs right then for much cheaper. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to make stubs. I'm still planning on flipping those cards when this price goes back up and I can sell those. But I did not expect the market entirely to crash when that Live Series Diamond pack would be released. Now, I expected people to buy that pack, but I didn't know they were going to sell everybody that they had at that time to purchase a pack that, for the most part, I mean, it's worth it because you have a good chance to pull like a Mike Trout or Cody Bellinger or someone like that. But if you don't, you're losing out on about 15K, 10K at least, for the most part. I mean, there's a few diamonds where you can kind of break even. But a few hours later, I mean, this is like not even hours. This is like minutes. People are still pulling those Flash Live Series diamonds. And look at Michael Kopech's price, already back up to 28,000. So if you time this right, and you purchase these cards at the specific right time and wait on them to go back up to over 32,000, 33,000, which is a little bit more than where he's sitting at. This is right around where he's sitting at currently right now as I'm making this video in the morning on Friday. But I wanted to focus on how I was able to sell these cards and make a profit guaranteed. I could definitely wait for a stub sale to come out, and this card will probably be going for 50 to 60K. But I don't necessarily know when that stub sale is going to happen. There is a lot of variables. You have to be expecting these things. It was like a couple minutes before the pack came out. I'm like, maybe there's a diamond pack coming into the store. So I thought to myself, okay, I'll sell my Aroldis Chapman. I'll be able to have enough stubs to buy that pack. You have to be able to kind of anticipate those factors and those variables that go into it. So as you can see, I sold the Clayton Kershaw that I got from that flash sale diamond. I sold him for $7,000, but I invested that $7K into a Sixto Sanchez, which I made another $3,000 off of. So that helped me. It's not the best flip. That's not the greatest flip right there. But I'm working towards making my stubs back. Now, if you notice at the top, I have $330,000 now. So I've sold all of those Michael Kopechs. I'm going to show you how much I sold them for on the next screen right here. But I was able to make all my stubs back, buy that 25K pack, buy my Eric Gagne back that I sold before the flash sale went down, and I ended up with more stubs than I initially started with. So I made, after the screen it says 330, but I ended up selling that Gagne for 30,000. So here is where I want you to take a look at the two different screenshots. I bought some of those Michael Kopechs on average for 24,500. Now after tax, I was able to collect about 30,000 back. So I made about 6,000 or 5,500 stubs per flip. Now that's pretty good. When you have 12 of them, that's pretty good. Some of those Michael Kopechs I bought for a little bit more, so I didn't make necessarily as much. But I could have went with the Pearson investment, and I could have invested in that player and bought a few of him for about 35,000 or so, and then tried to flip him for about 50K. Now, it's tough to tell which cards are going to go up more than others. Obviously, the Pearson card is a rare tier, so that will have some effect as well. So there are lots of different factors. As what I was talking about before is I was kind of trying to flip Gagne and make 1,000 stubs in the meantime. His sell now is 30K, his buy now is 34 and some change. So I saw that 1K gap there after tax, decided to flip it and try to make another 1,000 stubs. That's always stuff that I'm looking to do. For the last couple minutes of the video, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the second inning program stars that we're going to see, or the bosses that we're going to have as our reward. We have this impact veteran, or this veteran Hanley Ramirez, back into the game from MLB The Show 17. This is a pretty good card. This is what his card looked like in MLB The Show 17, and he will probably look a little different in MLB The Show 20. But as you can see, this card is an amazing hitter. If those stats were to translate 1-to-1, which means directly over, which the algorithm is a little bit different. But that Hanley would have 125 power against lefties. We might see that same type of thing with Joe Carter. He has always been a lefty destroyer. This Bob Feller is a card that's also in MLB The Show 17. So honestly, all three of these cards from the second inning boss, or the second inning bosses, will be, I guess, returning back into the game. So we have this exact year, 1946 All-Star version of Bob Feller. He was a 99. This card was pretty good. Doesn't really have the greatest walks per nine or control, but these are much higher than what we've seen in years past. I mean, it depends on the algorithm. It depends on how they're going to create this card in MLB The Show 20. Joe Carter also had 99 power against lefties in MLB The Show 17. This is his postseason version. I know in MLB The Show 20, he's getting a 93 overall prime. So honestly, that card might be the best overall Joe Carter that we've ever seen in MLB The Show. I don't know. we'll have to wait and see. That comes out in a few hours. That comes out a little bit later this afternoon, about 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. I'm hoping to select either that Hanley Ramirez or that Bob Feller. Hopefully I helped you in some way for the next flash sale to make some stubs. Peace out.